Hey guys, what's going on? Ryan here. Today we're going to be talking about something that's probably the most important thing in regards to getting girls. Probably the number one thing. Okay? Now, before we get into this, let me tell you where this comes from. A lot of guys, they want the tips, they want the techniques, they want the magic pickup lines. What do I say to her? What do I, they ask, does that ring a bell at all? You guys are like, well, what do you say to her? When I go up to her, what do I say to her? What's gonna get her to the point where she looks at me and goes, oh my God, like this, I don't know what he just said to me, but she's just like, I want to just get down on my knees and suck this guy's cock. That's what we want as guys. We want to be able to walk up to women and fuck them within 5 minutes. We want girls to walk up to us and say, hey, you're pretty cute. Do you want to go to the bathroom for a minute and fuck? So that's what we want as guys. And I know that you guys want to get those types of results with women. I mean, that would be nice, right? You wouldn't even have to make any effort. Just stand in the club, drinking a beer, and then girls maybe coming up to you and saying, hey, you're pretty cute, you're handsome, do you want to go back in the bathroom and fuck, let you finger her, fucking get your dick sucked, anything like that. So that's what we want as men, right? Okay, we want those kinds of results. But what does it take to get those kind of results? Well, I can't promise you results like that overnight, but I can give you a really powerful secret tip for something that you can start doing. You can start working on this today, and in the future, it's going to help you get more girls. And maybe eventually you'll get to that point when girls are coming up to you and trying to sneak you off to the toilet for a shag. So, guys are always like, well, what's that little secret? What's that magic pill? Is it a magic pickup line? Is it, do I need to lose weight? What do I need to do? What do I need to have a magic shirt? Do I need to have there was one guy that said he swore on, if he wore the right outfit, then girls would like him. He thought if he wore this special button-up shirt, that when he would go out, that girls would just choose him out of the crowd and want to have sex with him. So, well, it didn't really work for him. Okay. So, are you ready for the secret? All right. I'm about to reveal the secret to you. This is not a joke, this is not a meme. What I'm going to tell you is the real deal that's really going to help you get girls, okay? It's one of those things when I say what it is, it's all going to click. You're going to go, oh, that's it. That's what I had to do the whole time, okay? Let me tell you that women, they want in a man something that they can stand behind. And essentially, they want to become the woman behind the man. Okay. So, if you're just a guy who's living in his parents' basement, and you're hanging out playing World of Warcraft all day, and you don't shower. You don't have a job. You mooch money off people. You eat poorly, top of ramen. You sit on your ass all day. You're not going to school and becoming a better person. That's not much of a catch. If the person that I just described, if I just told a 9 or a 10 about that type of guy, I say, hey, I really have a friend, and he's single, he's available, and the girl goes, oh, what does he do? I said, well, Well, he doesn't have a job. He lives with his mom. And she goes, no. They go, well, it gets better. I mean, he's really, really good on World of Warcraft. People know him. He's popular on the forums. He's good at board games. He can smoke more pot than anyone I know. Can you imagine, like, do you think the type of guy that I'm talking about right now, if I was talking about that type of guy to a 9 or a 10, would her pussy just start getting wet? Would she be like, oh my God, I want to get on my knees and suck World of Warcraft guy's cock? Mmm, yummy. Nice fucking World of Warcraft cock, okay? Like, is that type of guy the type of guy that's gonna get girls? Okay? The keyboard jockeys, you know. But there's something that, you know, if you can relate it all to this type of guy, hey, I was there. I used to like to just head around and play video games and think, hey, well, how come my phone isn't blowing up with hot bitches, you know? Well, and that was back in the 90s when I had a pager, so it was like, how come girls aren't paging me? But there is something that you guys can do if you're in that situation and you're like, you know, fuck, like I just want to get laid. I just want some bitches in my life. And here's the secret. Are you ready for this? It's something that you got to get. And it's not necessarily going to come overnight. It's going to take a little bit of effort. Well, it might take a lot of effort. It just depends how much work you want to put into it. Here's what you need. You need to get a life. You need to get a life. A life. That's what you need to get. You need to figure out what you want in life. You need to figure out what you're passionate about. What is your purpose? What is your life path? And then you need to get on that path and start progressing towards some kind of goal. I don't care whatever you want to do. If you want to be a singer, if you want to own your own construction business, if you want to invent something, it doesn't matter. Whatever you want to do. If your dream is to climb Mount Everest, or if your dream is to go on become a marine biologist and dig up fucking sunken fucking treasure from the Titanic, the little heart of the ocean or whatever, it doesn't matter. Get off the fucking couch. Get off the World of Warcraft. Get a fucking shower. Go get a haircut. Okay? Stop letting your friends cut your hair in the backyard. Get a stylish cut. A professional cut. Get groomed. Go to the mall. Buy a new outfit. Get a job. Get on the computer. Start filling out applications so you can start getting some money in. Get a car. Get an apartment. Move out of your mom's basement. Go get a studio or 1 bedroom, just a place that's yours, that you can bring a girl back to. Get on your path, on your purpose. Just get a fucking life. So that when you approach a girl, you know, I could give you the magic pickup line to get a girl's phone number. I could tell the homeless dude on the corner, say this line, stand this way, speak in this specific alpha-like tonality. Here's a cell phone since you're homeless, since you don't have a fucking cell phone. Take my cell phone, say the line, go get the girl's phone number. But what happens when he goes and meets up with her for a coffee, and then she goes, what do you got going on in your life? And he's like, well, I'm just a bum, like I don't do anything. You know, I used to work at McDonald's. Where's the gravitational pull that's gonna draw the girl in? The attraction, you know, we could go to the club, I give you the magic pickup line, dress you up, get a girl's number, get a date. And once she finds out that you're a worthless piece of shit, or you're just a bum, you have nothing going on in your life, why would she want to stay with you? When she's got all these other guys over here that are working towards owning their own companies, that are singing in bands, that are doing amazing things. You know, you can have a job at McDonald's and still get girls. You know, now if you're just the cashier and you're just working there part-time to pay your rent and your internet bill, and you just don't have anything going on, like, versus, you know, I guarantee there's another guy that works at McDonald's who's trying to climb the corporate ladder, who's working towards becoming a shift manager, getting sent to manager training school, and maybe he'll end up owning his own franchise. You know, a guy who owns his own McDonald's franchise could make pretty decent money. So he could actually pull some pretty hot bitches. You could work at McDonald's and still get a girl. It just depends how you are working there, you know. Just think about that for a second. But the main lesson here is you've got to get a life. A girl wants to be with the man. You don't have to be the most fucking super fucking alpha silverback gorilla running the entire planet, but you got to be the man, you know. When I go to, let's say I go to a car lot, I go to the Mercedes-Benz dealer. There's a manager over there. He's the man. Okay? There's a lot of guys that sell cars, and then there's the manager of that shop. He's the man. He's got something going on. He don't own one of these fucking buildings. He's not like the owner of the Cosmo, but he's got his shit going on. He's the man in his local experience. You know? You got to be the man. You got to follow your passion. You got to follow your dream. You have to stand for something. You have to be something for her to stand behind you. Otherwise, there's no purpose for her in your life. Otherwise, she's just like a cum dumpster for you, right? Just something to fucking, you know, bust a load and then go back to playing your World of Warcraft. You know, that's not really grounds for a relationship, which I'm sure you guys are wanting. You got to be standing for something. You got to be moving in some type of direction. And the woman's purpose in the relationship is to augment you. You got a dominant and submissive. It's a, you know, your woman is there. She's like your rock to back you up on whatever you're doing. You know, let me just give you a quick personal example. You know, when I was sponsored by soap, that was my life, and it was to become the best soaper in the world. And I attracted a woman with my awesome fucking balancing, coordination, agility, dexterity, skills of sliding down fucking handrails in the 90s. And I attracted a pretty hot girl who was the woman behind me on that mission. Later, when I got into rap music, like really heavily, I've been doing it my whole life, but I'm talking about when I started really focusing into it, and I was saying, the only thing I want to do is make an album, and I want to perform live, and this is all I'm doing is working out in the studio. That part of my life comes out of my communication. And just by me talking about that around a certain girl, I end up attracting a really hot girl who I ended up dating for a long time. And she was like woman behind the man. She was in the studio with me. For example, like when I wrote this song, Hard Times, you know, I made the beat and I was kind of tired and I didn't really want to write the lyrics. But she's like, baby, I'm going to stay here all weekend. Lock the door. We're going to stay in this fucking studio until you write that song. Okay? I want to hear it. I'm here with you. So she stayed over like that whole weekend making sandwiches and food while I just cranked out the lyrics. And I would be fucking her like on my little mini fridge. I had a little mini fridge in there in the studio and shit. So just fucking cooking me sandwiches, giving me the pussy, and just motivating me, being that fucking rock, you know. until that song was cranked out, and then I made the music video for it, and shit was fire. And it's still, you know, it's on iTunes still today. And then later when I got into the to the pickup stuff really hard, you guys have seen some videos and stuff with Michelle, my ex, who was there while I'm sitting there trying to, you know, build PowerPoints, and she's like, okay, keep going, honey, you know, whatever you need, you know, I got you, you know. She'd run to the store, get some food, do some cooking, well, I could just knock out all this stuff, practice my seminar shit, you know. But you gotta stand for something. You think I would get so many girls if I was just a bum and I just fucking, you know, sat around playing fucking World of Warcraft? Like, no, I'm not hating on World of Warcraft. It's pretty cool. I saw the movie in 3D and it was fucking dope. Okay, I'm not hating on, I'm not a World of Warcraft hater. I'm just saying, if that's all you're doing, you know, if you're riding around on battle ostriches and sitting around fucking eating ramen noodle soup, living in your mom's basement, you are not the guy who the hot, you know, 8s, 9s, and 10s want to brag about to their girlfriends about their boyfriend. You don't see a perfect 10 starts, you know, hey, tell me about your boyfriend. Oh, he's a bum, you know, he plays World of Warcraft all day. Like, you would be like, no, you're kidding. Like, he owns a restaurant, right? Or he owns his own company. She'd go, well, you know, of course. Like, go to the hot girls, ask them, what is your, you know, she said that you probably talk to hot girls all the time, and then they tell you they have a boyfriend. Say, well, real quick, what does he do? She'll tell you exactly like what she's attracted to. She'll be like, oh, well, he's the manager of this company, or he's an executive at this company, or he's you know, a singer in a band, whatever. Like, they're gonna tell you the type of guys that they date. Become one of those fucking guys. You know? After you're done with this video, you know, turn off fucking YouTube and write down your goals. Say, hey, where do I want to be in a year or 2 years from now? And then spend the next year or two and become that. Fucking become it. Make your entire life become all about accomplishing your dream. Just live it every day. Breathe it. Become it. Fucking own it. Become that guy. You know? Build a life. Get a life. Become that fucking guy that she would naturally be attracted to. And get the fucking girl. Alright. I'm out. Toodles, motherfucker.